Hey friends, it's Diana here with Serenity Links Coaching. The burning question I want to address today is, can stress, including very toxic, extreme stress, really be managed in situations where it is still active and where there's outright trauma involved? And my answer to that is absolutely yes. In fact, learning to manage stress in the heat of these intense moments, I believe, is one of the most important things that we can learn to do. It's no real secret that stress is a major contributing factor to almost every physical and mental health problem out there. Here's the kicker though. One of the biggest ironies that I have found is that often because of trauma, whether that trauma is known or unknown, many people, including myself, who get stuck in these chronic situations of stress don't have great coping skills. As a result, stuff just keeps happening and we can't stop it, and we end up getting more and more and more overwhelmed. All of our body systems start to shut down and go haywire. The toxic stress that we've been experiencing is no longer just stress. It now gets stored in our body systems as trauma, and it just keeps stacking up on top of each other until it finally crushes us. My friends, it doesn't have to be that way. Even if it has been that way for you, as it was for me, it's not too late to start turning things around. That's where these stress management tools come in really handy. If you've already got them, great, print them out and use them. If you don't have them yet and would like to get them, there's a link to them down in the description where you can sign up to receive them, and I'll send them right out. Here's the interesting thing. Even though trauma is big and ugly and scary and confusing, the way out of it actually is not. You just need to know what to do and then do it consistently. One of the terrible things that trauma does to us is it changes our ability to think clearly or even to remember stuff, especially when we're in those really active situations and stress levels are super high. And what ends up happening is most of us just end up in an emotional free fall at best because it is so exhausting. And then we end up using some kind of mechanism that either disconnects us from it or to dissociate away from that trauma and away from that stress and the intensity of those situations, because we have to survive it. In the long run, though, that's actually one of the worst things that we can do, because it separates us from ourselves and it separates us from other people who might be able to help us. So the tools that I have shared with you are actually very simple and very easy to use. That's where people get hung up with them too. How can something so simple as deep breathing or marching or washing your hands in cool water fix this giant problem? Truth is, they can't. And that's very important to remember, but that's not the goal here. We're not aiming to fix anything. Remember, most of us don't even have the power to make that trauma stop. The goal is actually to take the heat off and to reduce the intensity for ourselves of that situation. And it is to keep our brain and our body alert and actively engaged in something other than the big scary thing and other than checking out, so whatever is going on doesn't automatically just settle into our systems and we end up in that default loop that imprints as trauma. By far the best time to use any of these tools, and honestly it doesn't usually matter even which one you use, is to use them in the heat of the moment. To use them the very second that things start to heat up or that you start to feel your own fight or flight system has been activated. The second best time to use any of these tools, all of these tools, whichever ones you like best, is preemptively. Using them even just for a few minutes a day when things are calm and we're not in that active state of crisis or super high stress can help send the signal, even more powerfully to our nervous system that it needs to calm down, and it can calm down, and that it is safe to calm down. Using them when you're calm also makes them become more automatic. You get used to doing them, and it makes it easier to access those tools in the times of extreme stress. These tools are set up to be a quick reference guide, so print them out and keep them somewhere where you can see them. If you just print them out and tuck them away in a binder or on your desk or in a drawer, you're likely going to forget about them pretty quickly. Having a visual reminder of all of these tools and that all of them are available will make it much more likely that you'll actually use them when you need them most. Keep them somewhere where you can review them often, where you can easily find them, and where your brain will trigger, oh, I got something there I can use before all the brain cells in your head fly out the window during those stressful situations, because they do. I hope that helps clear up that question. I look forward to hearing from you and how it goes. Which tools are your favorites? Which ones did you have a harder time implementing? And you know what? If you're still a skeptic and you're still saying, I don't got time for that, that is just way too much for me to do, whatever. I'm going to challenge you to make a concerted effort to give it a try for a week. They're free. They're easy to do. You got nothing to lose by trying. So give them a try and see if at the end of a week, when you've actually been trying to use these things, see if you're still skeptical. And if you are, that's okay. Find something else that works for you. As always, feel free to leave comments on the video and to subscribe to my channel if you want to keep seeing more videos like this. I'll see you next time. Bye.